Today, I'm in the Mojave Preserve, which is this huge chunk of desert just south of Vegas that I've been exploring lately, and I found there to be a ton of cool stuff here. But right now, I'm here at a lonely shack by a railroad track. He spent his younger days, and I guess the sound of the outward bound made him a slave to his wandering ways. The wayward wind is a restless wind that yearns to wander, and he was born the next of kin to the wayward wind. Sorry, anytime I see a lonely shack by a railroad track, I think of that song. I'm not even sure who that song is by or any of the information about it, but I heard it on an old-time album once. Anyways, I happened to be by the railroad tracks and saw this lonely shack, and I thought to myself, gee, better go explore it, right? I mean, geez, how are you gonna pass this by? Look at this building. Looks pretty old. Maybe if we go inside, we can find some personal items that will identify who lived here and when and why they left. Look how cool this shack is. First of all, they had this really cool tree out front. I don't even know what kind. Is that an elm? I don't know my trees, but for a desert tree, it's probably pretty big and provided a lot of shade. And probably acted as a windbreak too, because it's pretty windy out here. Dang, look at this place. I mean, looking at the way the roof was timbered, it almost looks like it's a restaurant or something. I mean, it is right by the railroad track. It could have been a cafe or it could have even been a brothel. Who knows? I mean, those train guys, they needed love too, right? I mean, we're way out here in the Mojave Preserve. There's no towns anywhere around where we are. The closest town is Nipton, and that's not even very close, so who knows? All right, let's go in this old house. Oh, wow. Look at this, dang. All right, so first things first, we got a linoleum tile floor. So it's not that old. I mean, okay, I won't even start looking at all this junk yet. First, let's just go through the house and see where we're at. So we had a kitchen here. Looks like the house is just pretty much cinder block walls. I don't know if you can see that there. They painted over it. Got an old Caffers and Settler range. You ever have a Caffers and Settler? So there's a lot of stuff in the kitchen that we'll look at. And then there's some other rooms we can poke into. This looks like it, well, I was gonna say it looks like it was a bedroom, but then over here it looks more like it was a workshop. This back door going outside, huh? All right, let's see what else. This was the main room when you first walk in, the kitchen, and I guess kind of like a living room where the fireplace was. Huh, so this could have just been a big, like a parlor, but I don't know. I'm not getting a brothel vibe from this place. I think it was just somebody's house. Here's a bedroom. And then back here it looks like there's more bedrooms. Okay, so let's go room by room. First we'll start in this living room. So first thing I see here is there's a woman's fake snakeskin cowboy hat. Okay. So a lady lived here. There's little flowers too. Oh, and look. Somebody was in Vegas. Either that or New Orleans, and I have a feeling Vegas is a lot closer, so it was probably Vegas. Look, here's some old magazines. No Nonsense. Looking great. Oh, that's an old ad. Let's look at this magazine. Might tell us something about the people who lived here. Try to make the light not so obnoxious. Oh, yeah. I don't know, the pages were so stuck together there I couldn't even tell what year it was or what magazine it was. Maybe this one. Let's see what it says. Oh look, Victoria, March 1991. All about Victorian stuff. Whoa, so 1991, all right. But the lady who lived here was into Victorian decor. So there was definitely a lady here. Unfortunately for her, it wasn't a Victorian fantasy. Look at this. Another ladies' magazine. Dang, there is a ton of those Victoria magazines here. She read a lot of that stuff. It's interesting to think of this woman living here in this lonely shack by a railroad track, dreaming of England. And meanwhile, I don't know who she was married to. Oh, it's definitely a lady that lived here. Look. Oh, wow, look, this is her whole shoe cubby. Look, the zipper's all messed up, but this is where she kept all her different shoes. Wow, you can see one there, but look at those. Dang. So yeah, she sat here by the fireplace on a cold day. I guess the window wasn't boarded up back then, so she could see the railroad passing by. She could pretend like she was in merry old England, you know, as per her Victoria magazines, right? She must have been working on some crafts, because look. And then look here. A VHS tape for Alaska. Interesting. So maybe her husband was more into wanting to go to the frontier. And she was all about wanting to go to merry old England. How did the two of them ever coexist? Interesting. So 91, those Victorian magazines. Let's see if we can find any other papers that'll give us a hint as to what year those people lived here. See if we can find anything after 91. What's this? Time magazine. Let's see what was going on in Time magazine in those days. Look. America's weapon of mass seduction. A frisky first lady wins hearts and minds in France and Russia. Uh-oh, Mrs. Bush, Laura Bush. Oh, man, unfortunately the cover seems to be... Oh, wait, here, look. The War Over the Leak. It was from October 2003. There was some leak they were battling over. Oh, the more things change, the more they stay the same, huh? Isn't that going on right now? And when I say right now, I mean May of 2017. But guess what? Doesn't matter when you watch this video, that comment will always be relevant because they're always going to be freaking out over some leak. Oh, look. Old phone. Oh, look. Gold Prospector, Alaska edition. See, the guy wanted to go to Alaska. The guy who lived here was into prospecting. Well, that makes sense because there's a lot of mining in the area. I'm going to guess that book was his girlfriend because she was all into that Victorian crap. Shepherd's Abiding. Look, there was her hairbrush. Probably still has strands of her hair tied up in it. Yikes. I mean, I guess we could do some DNA analysis and find out about these people. But, look. The Wall Street Journal. From Monday, 2005, okay. All right, 05, pre-recession, but they were hanging in here. Now, this is an interesting kitchen because it doesn't actually look like legit kitchen cabinets, and the walls are just plain. You can see here, cinder block. There's no insulation or anything. It's just a layer of cinder block. Sorry about the light, but I don't know if you can see that. It's basically just one layer of cinder block. So this is a weird kitchen, but I guess maybe they just kind of took what they could get kind of a deal. I guess they were coffee drinkers. Look at this little plastic cactus, how cute. Aw, adorable. I almost want to take it, but I don't know what I would do with it. Looks like, oh no, look. It looks like she had little curtains up here. Look at the backsplash. I can see, even if it wasn't a real kitchen, she made it like a real kitchen, you know what I mean? She had her little sink here. I'm sure that before the window was boarded up, it was a beautiful view of the desert for when she sat there doing the dishes. Or stood there. Down under the sink. Well, that's a different story. Look, all these old CDs. Look. Oh, well. Those were the days, yeah? No one's been here in a minute. Wow. Okay, well, more coffee. Oven cleaner. Just the usual kitchen stuff. So this was maybe a bedroom, maybe a workroom back here. Man, I don't know. I mean, almost looks like there's a kid's toy on the floor, but I don't think this was a kid's room because it really doesn't look like a bedroom. It's all like a workshop. Shelving, old coffee cans. Look at this creepy mason jar full of some kind of sludge. No telling what's in there. It doesn't even move when you're tilted. It's all hard and yuck. Let's see, what's this? Woodworker's journal. So the guy was into woodworking too. So this maybe was like his workshop. Well, it's kind of weird to have your workshop be part of the house. All right, so he came back here. I guess we'll call it the man cave, where he kept all his sports equipment, woodworking tools, his Epsom salts. Now, why is there this freaky plastic bag on a noose hanging from the rafters? That's kind of weird. I don't know what that's all about. Oh man, just a mess. I don't really even want to poke through any of this stuff because it's so dirty. All right, back through the main room. See if we can find any details over here. Oh man, there's all these busted up picture frames and stuff, but before they left, they took the pictures. Damn it. Too bad. Could have given us a clue as to who lived here. Oh, look. Let's see what was going on in People magazine back in the day. I'm going to put it over here because it's easier to look at. I wonder what year this was. This week on people.com. Well, there were stories about Britney Spears, Paris Hilton, and Michael Jackson. Okay, well, Michael Jackson died in 2008, so it had to be before that. Britney Spears and especially Paris Hilton, they were mostly in the news in like the mid-2000s. So that kind of goes in with that paper we saw from 2005. Probably around then. And it's so glued together I can't even tell. So, People magazine, huh? Apparently the lady of the house here was also into gossip. Wow, look at this. Okay, I'm guessing this is a bedroom door, but it's really just a pallet. Look at that. They rigged up this pallet. Oh my god, this is ingenuity. But it's got hinges on it and everything, right? But it's just a pallet. Pallet door. Let's go in the pallet door room. This is a bedroom. I think there might be another bedroom back down the hallway too, but let's go in here and see. Who do we think lived in this bedroom? What do we see on this bed? A bunch of women's shoes. Boots, that chunky heeled mid-2000s style where they all had the clunky heel. Well, not all of them. There's a stiletto boot. Well, there's a cowboy boot. So somebody liked boots in this room. And Aline's craft news. This is a whole binder of tips and techniques and crafting stuff. So somebody who liked to do crafts. Oh, look, down there you can see there's sewing patterns. So yeah, it was definitely a lady. She liked to sew and do crafts, and she liked her boots. Well, I guess that could have been the woman who read those Victorian magazines, right? Okay, let's go back out and down the hall some more. God, it's even grosser back here. I wonder if this was also another bedroom or what. Oh, wow. Okay, so now down here, we have some Better Homes and Gardens magazines, more ladies magazines. Definitely was a woman living here. We have established that. Whoa, look here. Oh, yikers. Oh, there's bees in here. I gotta be careful. I don't want to get stung. Damn it. Because I sure would like to go in here. It looks like it was a kid's bedroom. If you can see that creepy old doll on the table. Yikes. And then look at that creepy closet they just kind of rigged up out of plywood and a bar. Dang, these people had some life. And then look, I don't know if you can see out the window. There's their train tracks. Those are still operational. Okay, I'm going to slowly back away from the bees because there's Africanized killer bees out here. I'm trying to get stung. Okay, so this is just sort of a central room we're in here. Over to the side here, look. Bathroom. Oh, gross. Look at their old cabinets. They had a candle. That's cool. This, I guess, must have been like the bathtub fixture. They probably had a tub and everything. Then this, oh, is a big bathroom. Goes into this side and then comes back out this door. Oh, okay, so this little hallway really didn't lead to much. A kid's bedroom and a bathroom. So what can we surmise about this place? We know it was right next to a railroad track, so I would think that somebody here was involved in the railroad business. There's a lot of women's magazines, so there's obviously a lady of the house, and she had her little curtains hung up and all that. So we know there was a woman living here who had, you know, an interest in Victoriana and boots. But it's just interesting to me how there's like that one little bedroom that's all the women's stuff, and then there's that kid's room. Where was the guy's room? I mean, there was that man cave room back there. So what, did they all three stay in separate rooms? Like he just stayed in his man cave, she stayed in her shoe palace, and the kid was in the back? Weird. I don't know, maybe they all just spent all their time hanging out here in this big great room, because this is a really neat room. I mean, in the wintertime, that fireplace would be cozy. But I mean, look at the roof. You can see the rafters. You can see the sunlight peeking through them. And like I said earlier about the cinder block walls, there's no insulation. It would be cold and drafty here in the winter. You can even see there's duct tape up here. I don't know if you can see that. Looks like they tried to seal some of the cracks with duct tape. Yikes. I'm very curious about whoever lived here. Huh. Let's go outside and poke around the grounds a little bit. Maybe we can find something out there. Alright, so here's the outside of the cabin. All those windows so boarded up. Let's go around the back. Oh, wow. All kinds of... I mean, I guess that used to be a porch maybe back in the day, like a little back porch. But look at all this. It was like some remains of a building or a corral or something. Man, look at this house. It's so hodgepodge. Cinder block, and then that little part is stucco, that add-on. That was where the kids' bedroom was back there. So what a weird life these people must have had. Wow, so look at the back door to that cabin. Or I keep calling it a cabin. It seems weird to call it a cabin because it's made out of cinder block, but I guess you could make a cabin out of cinder block. Look at the back wall. Yikes, that is scary. And that was that little kid's room right there. Can you imagine putting your kid to bed in there? Sweet dreams! Wow, look at this. This is made out of like railroad ties. Like water tank on the top. Oh, is this like an outdoor shower or something? No, just a work shed. Just a weird construction, how it's all like Lincoln loggy back there. Huh. Well, it's kind of a brief little video because there's, you know, not a ton of buildings here, but there was just enough personal effects and stuff in that house to really start me wondering about who lived here. They left in around 2005, right before the recession. I can't imagine that the recession would affect anybody out here anyways, but you never know, man. Some man, woman, and little kid, little girl, because there was a doll. Where are they now? I hope they're doing okay wherever they are, and I hope they found a nice cozy place to live where the lady can indulge her Victorian fantasies and the guy can work on his projects. And that kid, by now, probably she's a teenager, who knows? Huh. Interesting.